Hi, I'm Annika Johnsons from Al Johnson's in Sister Bay. I hope you enjoy my new video series called Door County Girl. These are stories of my life, the people and places that I love, and of course how we all survive here in northern Wisconsin. You can come back as often as you like, but don't forget to subscribe to Al's YouTube channel. I'll be posting lots of really cool new videos. So let's go! Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of Door County Girl, and today we're going to talk about our bar called the Stabbur. And if any of you don't already know this, our Stabbur is a traditional Norwegian building. It's smaller, it's usually two-story, and it's off the ground a little bit traditionally to keep the mice out, and they store grain in them. They also make good little homes for if you have a hired hand and you want to have them live on your property. They can live in our Stabburs, the small Stabburs. They're a little sod roof. They keep warm in the winter and they're cool in the summer. So you're probably wondering, where is it? Well, I'm going to first tell you how we got it here. If you don't know this, back by our pond behind the restaurant, there's a pond, and we have a couple little log cabins back there. One is a long telemark boutique that we used to use for a men's clothing store, but it kind of sits empty right now. Nothing's really in it, just storage. But the Stabbur sat empty. It was a two-story Stabbur, and we had it brought over when we also did the restaurant. So if my mom wanted all the little traditional buildings that kind of made up the decor around the pond. So it looks really great back there. But then one day we thought, let's put a bar over here. So Freddie, our kitchen manager, Bexel, decided to grab the Stabbur and put it on a skidster, and then we dragged it all the way over here from back by the pond. We had to cut trees to get it through. We came through the parking lot. We came all the way here, and then we finally reached our destination where we had built a slab, and we put the Stabbur there. And as you can see, the peak that you see there and just that little building was the only building that was here when we built the bar. Nothing else was built. What happened was, once we put the bar there, we added on a little storage area behind the bar so we could keep storage, things like beer and things like that, bottled spirits, things like that, ice chests. Then we thought, well, we need bathrooms. So of course we added on the bathrooms over there. That's a separate entity than the bar, but it's got a men's and women's bathroom. And then this little building you see over there was added on as well, and that's a little kitchen. So we're going to talk about that, but first I want to take you in and show you a little bit how we started. And if you're wondering what these two little things are, they are not ice shanties, and no, you can't borrow them. And so they're little heaters, and our friends Scott and Brian built these, and we keep them out there when it's cold, and they're like little heaters. They're really awesome, but they would make great ice shanties. So this is where we walk in, and then if you come in here, this that you see right here, this little spot where you see the logs sticking out, that is the Stabbur. That's the traditional building that we just put here. Everything else tucked around it is built around it. This is what was downstairs. It was a little room down there. You could sleep in there, store things in there, but we decided to put a cooler in here. So if you step into my cooler, you can see that we have a lot of choices of beer. And they're all kept the lines inside here. Everything stays chilled and cool. And then we have a little storage area over here for some canned beers, condiments, our really delicious Bloody Marys, and yeah, all kinds of libations. But we have a lot of good beers. Come and try them sometime. The one weird thing about this cooler is it makes me a little sad. So we put this cooler in here, but a long time ago, Sigmund Arset, who came from Norway to do all our hand painting in the restaurant, he also hand painted the ceiling, all freehand in rose mauling. It's a beautiful, beautiful rendition of his paintings, but you can't see it now, and not many people would have seen it anyways. But traditionally speaking, I think the Norwegians liked to add a little decor, even if it was just a storage shed. So right now, we use it for ice storage, cup storage. Over here, we do a little bit of storage for their liquors that they have to quickly grab. This is just a little work area, more storage. And we're going to step around outside here. And you can see that the Stabbur itself is just this bar. And it's a two-story. It's the only two-story that we have. So I'm going to walk you back behind the bar. And this was on here too. This was original. But right here we had a porch. So we took the porch away. This is the door that you would step up into the building right here. So there was a porch here. You can see where the beams are, and you walked in. These are my girls here getting ready to open today. So it'll be the first day open today, people. We're going to be open all weekend and weekends until further notice. So we open at 3 today. Come check us out, and if you want to know our hours, go online. So upstairs, to get up there, there's no staircase inside. There's a hatch. And there was a ladder that went up like this. And then you would go upstairs, and there's a full room up there. And also, the entire ceiling is hand-painted by Sigmund Arset in rosemalling. And that's actually an art piece right now, because he has passed away. So he's one of the most famous rosemallers in the world. So this is our bar. This is where all the action happens. We aren't allowed back here when it's busy in the summertime because we just get in these fasties ways. They're all fast, 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 fast. And that's where all our spigots are for all the draft beers. We usually switch them out every now and then. We don't always have the same beers. It's nice to be able to try them. You can also get a little, you can get testers, right? You guys have that little thing where you can get a couple different beers? Yeah, like I like that, little mini beers. Okay, so we're going to walk this way. So this over here, we have a lot of big screen TVs out here. So we're not really a sports bar, but we always have sports on. So you can come here and watch the football games. You can come here and watch basketball. You can come and watch baseball games. I love that. And they're on everywhere. We have them everywhere. So especially when we know there's a big Packer game, we usually have more TVs out. We have heaters out when it's cold. I'm going to talk a little bit about the roof. So this roof that we have, we didn't really love the idea of putting this on. And it takes away from the building. And we really loved the building. Rolf had a friend that put this bar around it. He just built a bar in his basement, so my brother said, hey, if you just built a bar in your basement, you want to build us a bar? So he built this. He was just a little guy that just said, yeah, I'll do it. And so this is the bar. We have tables. We don't, of course, right now have bar stools because it's COVID, and we don't want everybody sitting on top of each other. But the roof has a little remote control, and you can press the button, so if it rains or if people don't want to get beat on by the sun, they'll close the roof, and it keeps everything nice and toasty and dry in here. And we don't love that it takes away from the building, but we did need something to keep us away from the elements. So I'm going to take a little walk over here. This is our kök. And a kök in Sweden means kitchen. It's spelled K-O-K with the 2 little dots over the O. So it's real nice in the summertime. It's a very, very simple menu. You just come up here, you place your order here, and they give you a number. And then 5 minutes later, they'll yell your number, you pick it up here, and you just go find some place to sit. We have perch fries on Friday night and walleye baskets and things like that. So it's pretty nice to come down here. We usually have live music on Friday nights too, and sometimes Saturdays. So it's really nice to come here and sit outside and eat if it's a nice day, and your kids can run around and you can actually sit down and finish a meal for once, because I know your kids don't want to eat, but you do, and they can run around. So I'm going to walk around the corner here, and this is a new addition. I was just pointed this out. It says kök, and that was what I said, K-O-K. That would be kitchen in Swedish. It's not kök, it's kök. And then all the beams that you see, all this beautiful wood carvings that you see, was done by a Norwegian fellow who is now living in North Dakota. And I cannot pronounce his name, but if you want a good wood carver and traditionally doing Scandinavian design, you can always email us and we can send you his name. It's real hard to pronounce. I love the guy, but I can't pronounce his name. So out here, this is our, we have the sides down today, and those can go up as well, but it was really, really windy out this morning, so they had it kind of protected, but they'll probably end up rolling those up and it'll be a little bit nicer. It's supposed to be nice out tomorrow. So as you see, the whole area here, this is all seating area, so it's not a waiting list. You have to kind of find your own space and sit down. It's not, anybody doesn't wait on you out here. It's kind of a self-serve situation. We just put on all this beautiful sod, and a little story behind that is I have a rental house 2 doors down that I rent out, and I have the same renters that have rented for me for 20 years, and I was kind of bitching, excuse my language, about the fact that we can't keep green grass growing over here. And we don't want to do gravel, we don't want to do sawdust, we don't want to do anything messy. And he goes, well, my friend puts in sod for a living, you should give him a call. So we called him up, he came up, gave us some samples, we picked it out. He just put it in last year, and we love it. It's really nice if you kick off your shoes and you walk around a little bit with your bare feet. It's just like carpeting, it's awesome. You can blow it dry, you can, underneath is gravel and a real fine sand, so anything wet goes all the way through. It's a great addition. It looks beautiful. We could never keep it green, and there was never a time that we could water it, so we were open till almost midnight every day, and it would be soaking wet the next day, and it was very muddy here otherwise. So this was our option to do it. We did a little landscaping, and my friend Brett and Jason Orsted, he did all the landscaping here. These are all boxwoods. He keeps them trim. They'll grow a little taller. Let's see, over here, we have the door right there to the dining room. And last fall, we actually had that door open, and we had a little tent out here, so if people didn't feel comfortable eating indoors, they could dine outdoors. That was a temporary thing. Probably won't happen this year unless COVID runs rampant again for the season. We don't know that yet. So I'm going to take a little walk this way. This is our main entrance to the Stabbur here, so we have a little walkway. And then we're going to walk onto the other side. So it's kind of nice to see this all more open without the walls down, because it looks a little bit like it looks prettier without this down, I have to say. So this area over here, this is where the music will be. So the bands, we used to just have a little stage over there. Well, now we actually have a spot where they can be, and they have more room. So it's kind of nice to have them over here. So if it happens to be a louder band, if you don't want to sit right by the music, you can sit way over there and it's not so noisy. But music-wise, we don't do just one style of music. There may be polka playing one time. There may be acoustic guitar players. There may be like Big Mouth and the horns. I mean, so we're going to have a variety of music. It won't always be the same music, and it's not like one style. Sometimes the Mullet Hunters do their reunion, and then the place packs out. Most of them work for us. They're old guys thinking that they're musicians. We all love them. So over here, this is an addition. These are the bathrooms. So we have a men's and a women's, and they're very nice bathrooms. And T-O-A is toa, and that means toilet. And so if I said toilet in Sweden, that would be the bathroom. But in slang terms, you can call it a toa. And that's what I just learned today from my friend Freddie. So other than that, this is an addition over here that we talked about before. This is our new building, and we finally have a name for it. It's called Skål. And very appropriate because it's right next to a bar and everybody can skål and go do a little shopping in there. And I think I've kind of given you the grand tour. I kind of like our nighttime. I'm going to walk up to the front here. I'm going to talk about the view. So We didn't used to be able to see such a beautiful view. The sun sets right there. I mean, we're very lucky to not really be on the water so much, but we can still see a beautiful view of the sunset every night. So it's really, really, really nice here at night too. And I think a lot of people come here between 3 and 5 just to have a cocktail before maybe they go out for dinner. Coming off the beach, coming off their boats, kind of gather up in a little bit and make some plans for the evening. So the view is just fabulous. You can see the marina, you can see everything from here. It's really nice. Sometimes if the kids are a little older, they can go over to the beach or the park. There's a park across the street they can play, and then the parents can hang out over here. So I'm going to walk up here a little bit. And this is our entrance right here. And what I like about the Stabbur is if you're driving by or if you're walking by at night, this looks gorgeous when it's all lit up with the little light bulbs here. It looks very warm and inviting. And I feel like the boys did a great job landscaping. So all these trees are gorgeous. We tried to do a really good job with them. So this is our building, the Stabbur, opening in May, meaning that tonight's our first night open. Again, you can check on our website and figure out the hours. Right now I believe it's weekends until further notice. And that's it for this episode of Just Door County Girl, and you can join us next time. So don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you later. Thanks for watching Door County Girl. Don't forget to subscribe, and we will see you next time.